I put myself in a position to where like I wanted to touch some of that fast money as I got to that age range. You know what I'm saying? And once I started touching it, I started seeing, you know what I'm saying, a totally different lifestyle. It wasn't no shit that my mom Dukes done raised me up on, like being in the church, you know what I'm saying, or being in school. It wasn't none of that. This shit was like strictly streets. Like it was strictly streets and strictly money. You know what I'm saying? So it was like you either was gonna come up or you was gonna have a downfall in that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like it was plenty of times I done fucked up and there was plenty of times I got up. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that shit got real at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people wouldn't understand like being in the streets, that shit make you a totally different person. Be you can't smile at everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't even talk to everybody. You can't trust everybody. You know what I'm saying? It'll make your demeanor totally different once you get in the street. So like I had to learn that shit at a young age. And then like back then I'll say like around my age when I was 16, 17, you know what I'm saying? My brother, DJ Sean, you know what I'm saying? He just had started DJing. RP to my brother. You know what I'm saying? He was DJing and he used to DJ at the pond, you know what I'm saying? And he used to DJ at the pond and I used to see him, you know what I'm saying? I used to see him DJ and he's pick me up all the time, you know what I'm saying? And take me to the pond with him and shit. And this is when the pond used to be jumping. So he'll take me to the pond with him. And while I was doing what I was doing in the streets, you know what I'm saying, he'd take me to the pond with him. Like sometimes I used to go to the pond, you know what I'm saying, and sometimes I didn't. But being in the streets, you know what I'm saying, but being around my oldest brothers and them, because they used to sell a lot of dope. But being around them was, you know what I'm saying, it was like they showed me how to get the money, you know what I'm saying? So when like I say like Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, while they going party, I'm in the trap spot trying to make the money. You know what I'm saying? Cause while they out and about, it's still motherfuckers. Yeah, they trying to get it. So I'm trying to make the money while they gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one in the spot. So, but at the same time, when I make my money, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? And I'll wait. And the crazy thing was, I remember I made my first probably like, I'll say I probably made like 800 that night. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'm finna go to goddamn Savannah and I'm finna go to the Stag. And I went and bought me a Tony Montana.
Hey, I remember the Stag shop, yeah.
I went and bought me a Tony Montana shirt with the Tony Montana shorts to match it. Said, fuck it. Went to the pond, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I used to be with my brother DJ Sean in the pond. He was DJing. So, the thing was, every time I was with him, you know what I'm saying, I just, you know what I'm saying, I'd be around him, and the thing was, like, every time I used to stay, I'd be in the booth area with him while he DJing. And like while I be in the DJ booth with him, while he was doing what he was doing, it turned me and made me interested into music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a clear vision then. It was like seeing him fucking with the turntables and seeing him fucking with different variety of musics.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it was turning me on to where I wanted to be today dealing with music. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, they was not making music how they made back then. Like back then, they were making music like Nuck If You Buck. You know what I'm saying? Like if you in the middle of the motherfucking club, they fighting or you bouncing around. You know what I'm saying? See me, I should be young, so I used to be in the middle of the club bouncing around, but not knowing the danger. You know what I'm saying? Around my surroundings, but. Hey, guess what? I used to be living, you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time too, like Pastor Troy, that's when Pastor Troy and all, like Pastor Troy, Crime Off, Camouflage, you know what I'm saying? They were making hitting music, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no music to where like, you know what I'm saying? Like you looking at a nigga, it was like, nigga, you step on my shoe,
Yeah,
we
Hey,
fighting.
I'm
You know what I'm
sorry.
saying? It wasn't no sympathy back then. You know what I'm saying? So I was in the club at a young age, like realizing this shit, not knowing what I had myself in. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it was like dancing with the devil at the same time. You feel me? But it was like that shit was fun though. You know what I'm saying? At a young age, that shit was fun as fuck.
All right. So, let's say after high school, from your 20s. Now, or let me ask you, when did you start rapping?
Man, I ain't. I'll say I started rapping. I started rapping in when I realized I wanted to start rapping. I started making my first song. I made my first song. It was like 2008.
How old was you then?
2008. I had to be like 2008. So I had to be going on close to like 18, 18. I had to be like 18 around that range. Yeah, 2008. I had to be going on like 18 around that range.
So you wrote your first rap, official rap at 18. Now,
Yeah,
can you remember that, Ron?
yeah.
Give us a little bit of it. Your first rap, give us a little bit. Classic.
My grind like a dope boy, my mind like a dope boy, I shine like a dope boy, like a dope boy, getting money like a dope boy, fucking money, like fucking hundreds like a dope boy, like counting money like a dope boy, yeah, like a dope boy. That was the first song. That was the first song I came up with. Yeah, I was, and it popped in my head like that. And then I started writing it down. I was like, my mind like a dope boy, my grind like a dope boy, I shine like a dope boy, like a dope boy, getting money like a dope boy, fucking hundreds like a dope boy, money like a dope boy, yeah, like a dope boy. And I was like, damn, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And I just recorded that shit. And when I recorded that shit, I remember I recorded that shit with this white dude name. No. Alright, it wasn't a white dude. I recorded it with my homeboy. His name was E Slim. This was like when nobody, no, I'm talking about like nobody was really rapping, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody started rapping, and this came after the era like when Meefy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like only person that was really rapping in the era around that time was like, you know what I'm saying? Meefy was rapping. He was rapping with Camouflage. So you know what I'm saying? After Camouflage died down and you know what I'm saying, Meefy, you know what I'm saying, died down with the rapping, you know what I'm saying? It was like a blank era, you know what I'm saying? Just for Statesboro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Statesboro in general. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I can say right now, it's a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of artists, talent, you know what I'm saying, around here. But like then, in that era, like after Meefy, it wasn't nothing else really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like we always upcoming, you know what I'm saying, behind him, you know what I'm saying? Like so it was like somebody had to, you know what I'm saying, figure this shit out. So I was trying to take my shit and try to figure, you know what I'm saying, create my own little wave at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I made a lot of music, you know what I'm saying, dealing with my homeboy E Slim. And my homeboy E Slim,
Yeah, stop right
At jungle.
She's so systematic. Popping pills, she's such an addict.